very much thank all of you for coming out today. In particular, I'd like to thank our superintendent, Dr. Robert Haley, our president of the Board of Trustees, Beth Hergesheimer, and our other Board of Trustees members, Joyce D'Alessandro and Kristen Gibson. Really quick, how many Falcon alumni do we have out here today? Raise your hand. And now, more importantly, can we hear it from our current Falcons, our students? Let's hear it, guys. I want to thank you all for coming today to share this very special moment for our school, our students, and our community. And I'm already welling up, so I'm going to try to hold it together. I apologize in advance. Today we officially opened a theater and arts wing that has been more than 20 years in the making. If you interrupt me again, I have referrals in my pocket. I'm not kidding. No, please interrupt as often as possible. Thanks to the leadership of the San Diego Union High School District, I'm already stumbling over my words. I tried to go off book and see what happened. The vision of our school board and the unwavering determination of a certain teacher. We are about to enter a new era for Torrey Pines High School. Today we open a state-of-the-art performing arts center that will serve our Falcons and our community for decades to come. This project would not be possible without our community support through Prop AA. So while I have the floor, I want to thank everybody who supported that proposition that made this possible. Here it comes. I'm going to try to breathe. You're supposed to help me with this, Marini. Come on.
I'm sorry. I tried to suck it up too, Rob.
Baseball. There we go. Today is also a special day for me personally. I'm truly humbled and honored to stand in front of you as we cut the ribbon on our new Performing Arts Center. As the former president of Torrey Pines Players, I am thrilled that our program is getting the upgrade it richly deserves. Without the arts program at Torrey Pines, I'm not standing in front of you today. Darn it. Thank you. Can we give it up for our foundation? Because they just backed me up hardcore right there. Thank you, foundation. I'm a living example of what the arts can do for people. Seriously, I had this down this morning. So from its early days in the lecture hall, its infancy, if you will, to which is where I spent most of my time, to the magic that's been going on in that black box for the last 3 decades, to what we're going to have here, which will surely be the envy of schools, if not just in our county, all over the country. Our theater program has positively impacted many thousands of lives over its 4 decades. And now, not only will we have a new venue for our talented thespians, our incredible dance and music programs have brand new classrooms and get to share a new home for their performances. I know our dancers and musicians are eager to have a stage that they can call home.
Absolutely.
And in fact, thanks to a quick phone call to Mike Coy, we will have our first performance in the theater with our music program coming up here in June. So thank you, Mike. It's not every day I get to thank a construction and architect crew, but somebody else is going to call them out by name, but I cannot thank McCarthy enough. I know Marini was in there every day to make sure you guys were on schedule, but you were also on schedule, so nice work. So thanks to everybody's hard work. A new tradition starts today, and as future generations pass through these doors,
Baseball.
I got it, thanks. The impact on their lives will be immeasurable. Thank you all for taking time to be a part of this special moment today. And now I'm going to try to dry it up and welcome our superintendent, Dr. Robert Haley.
actually reading Rob's words, and it says "cry here." Come on, Rob, you're still acting.
Not cool, bro. Not cool.
Rob and I are going to do an education humor tour this summer. The tickets will be available starting in May. No, anyway, I really only had a couple points that I wanted to make. This is my first year here as superintendent, and I really have said many times how welcome I've been made to feel, and I think that's reflective of this is really a caring and kind community. We have lots of special people, and so when I look over at a building like this, I can see how much this community cares about its schools and making sure that the students in the schools have the very best, whether or not your children have long since graduated or you yourself graduated years and years and years ago. And so for that, I'm very proud to be here as superintendent. And then the second thing I really wanted to emphasize this morning is I really have gotten to know Rob Copo, and he's a great guy. And knowing that he's an alumni of Torrey Pines, knowing his background as an actor, a thespian, to be standing here must have been a really, really proud moment. A lot of Falcon pride there. And so I just wanted to recognize that. I think that human interaction, that human connection is very important. More than a brick building, it's something special and something magical. I figured at that point I would get him to cry, but then he did it on his own. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Rob again. Just an honor to be here. I'm looking forward to getting inside.
Superintendent's funnier than me. And now I'd like to welcome to the floor the president of our San Diego Union High School Board of Trustees, Ms. Beth Hergesheimer.
Thank you so much for including us as board members in this beautiful, wonderful, exciting event. And I have several paragraphs here, but really to cut to the chase, I know we're going to continue to thank people and businesses by name. There's so many that we do want to include, our architects, our builders, our managers. But I want to also go back to a little of the history, and there has been a lot of dreaming going on, in particular again by Marini Payne. I also want to call out by name Joyce D'Alessandro, whose kids came here. She's a longtime board member who's advocated and grants of this. Also, it was mentioned that our community supported Prop AA, which was, as a board, our effort to try to bring equity at all of our schools, to provide the facilities that our students deserve and our community deserves. And so by our community supporting Prop AA, I feel like the message to us was that our community did value our campuses and our students, and that they were charging us with moving forward on a lot of these projects. So we're pleased to have been able to honor your wishes and your expectations, and we also look forward to all the productions and performances that we get to enjoy as part of this community, and just hope that this building's a blessing to everybody. So thank you very much.
And now I'd like to welcome up Tina Douglas, who's going to talk about the process of...
I'm not as funny as the superintendent either. I'm going to make this short. As you can see, this is very near and dear to many people's hearts. And so what I would like to do, as opposed to me standing up here and thanking everybody that's been involved in this project, is one, just thank the leadership team of our bond office, the executive director, John Adelman, of Planning Services, Mike Coy, who's our chief facilities officer, and everyone else from the bond office that's back in that team. But it doesn't just take the work of the bond office. It's really a community and a village with the principals' involvements and the parents' involvements and the students' input. It does take a village to get this to come to fruition. The other piece that I do want to mention, we've mentioned the voters who have voted in Prop AA. We do have, I saw 2, so if there are any others, please let me know if I'm missing anyone. Rhea Stewart, who is one of our previous ICOC members. Our ICOC ICOC is our Independent Citizens Oversight Committee, who ensures that the Prop AA dollars are being used for the purpose of what was approved during the bond. And the other, our newest ICOC member, Mr. Adam Peck. And then Mike, if you don't mind, I know this one's very near and dear to your heart, so if you wouldn't mind coming up and presenting our thank yous to everyone else involved in the project.
Glad I followed Tina, the microphone's at the right height. Manly to be up here. As you might imagine, a project like this is thousands and thousands of details. It takes a good bit of time to do. I'm fortunate to be able to work with a fabulous group of people. John Edelman, our executive director, Dan Young, who's standing here today. Two excellent project managers, Ralph and Rosella, and then the rest of the team, Caroline, Maria, Julie, and Sydney, who manage all the craziness that goes on. And I wouldn't want to forget Therese Doyle, I forget her name. We call her our air traffic controller because she has to manage all the comings and goings on in the office, and believe me, it's a busy place. Every project we do, we have a lot of pride in, but for this one, it's a little bit extra special for me because my daughter's a senior here. And as a Falcon dad, that Falcon pride just maybe throws a little bit extra into the mix for me. So if you see me smiling a little brighter today, that's the reason why. We began this project with an excellent design team, and we acquired the services of an architectural firm, Rosling, Nakamura, and Terada, RNT for short. My notes here that says, Mike, keep it under 2 minutes, so good luck with that. Ralph Rosling is here today, and he blessed us with two wonderful architects, Joe Mansfield and Gemma Schway. Not only are they capable architects, they're also just two of the most delightful people you'll ever work with. So I want to certainly acknowledge them for their excellent work. This is a beautiful building, and not only does it look great, it's a performing arts center, so it has to sound great. And for that, we turn to the services of John Sergio Fisher. John is a noted architect, and he worked in consultation with RNT Architects to produce all the fine details that make up the Performing Arts Center. But where John is really magic is his acoustics. John is an acoustical engineer of extraordinary talent. And I had an opportunity when we moved the band into the new band room up here on April 15th to listen. I walked in Monday morning and heard the string orchestra play. I knew it would sound good, but I had no idea it would sound that good. It is absolutely amazing. It's just spectacular. In fact, the teacher, Amy Gelb, told me now our students are hearing things in their music they never otherwise could hear in a room that was acoustically dead previously is now alive. I have no idea what they're going to sound like in this Performing Arts Center, but I can tell you on June 3rd, the band has their first performance here, and then again on June the 6th. So 7 p.m., shameless plug for our band program. Please come out and support them. Of course, it didn't build itself. We have the services of McCarthy Construction. They had just completed Earl Warren Middle School, did a fabulous job over there, so we grabbed onto them and scurried them over here. That team was led by Craig Swenson, who's here today. Dave Evans was our construction superintendent, Tony Paterno, project manager. Sam and Weinrich and Maggie Archer were our two project engineers, so I'd like to give it up for them today. They were able to complete this building in about 17 months. I mean, amazing, to keep this thing on schedule. And they did that actually under our approved budget, so let's definitely give it up to people under the budget. Also in the audience today, I have Jason Miletic of Blue Coast Consulting. He's our inspector of record. Inspector does really more than just compliance. In Jason's case, he's out here making sure that the district gets the product that we paid for. And he's a local guy and takes a great pride in everything that we do at Torrey Pines, and he's been with us since the beginning of the bond program in 2012. So, up next, we have three fabulous teachers in the audience today. Amy Gelb, our band teacher, Sarah Kay, our marvelous dance teacher, who also has a brand new room. And of course, Meredith Payne, our drama teacher, and I think she has a few words to say.
2005, we sat down and started to talk about a dream. And I was asked questions as to what would you like? And I said, well, I would like a tension grid over the house and over the platform. And the response was, Nobody's ever asked for that before. And I said, I just did. The most marvelous thing about this project is that people listened, people understood, people respected, and people loved what they were doing. It was a dream. The dream was put on hold for a little bit. And then eventually, in 2008, I was presented with a set of plans. The dream still was on hold. Then in 2013, I was presented with another set of plans. The dream was on hold. But thanks to all of you for Prop A, the dream started to become a reality. In June of 2017, Manny and his crew came in with these amazing monster machines and began to knock down the old to make way for the new. I cried because I knew the passion that was in those buildings and the passion for the art form. But I also knew that the new dream would rise. And as I watched the holes being dug, the rebar put in, the concrete blocks being laid by the masons, I marveled at the amazing craftsmen and women who put the dream to reality. I sat out there and watched the trees of iron beams being brought in and laid into place by these amazing men strapped to the ceiling and to the roof and soldering them in. The dream grew. And from my little spot in the black box, I watched the dream become a reality. The team that McCarthy brought in here couldn't have been nicer and kinder to this little old lady with a dream. I love them all like my sons and my daughter, Maggie. They have been kind, they have been generous, they have been considerate, they have been respectful, and they shared in the dream and the passion. I wear around my neck a saying from Shakespeare: we are such stuff that dreams are made on. But what I can say to every student in this space, every person who put their fingerprints on this building, to those students who came before, you are the dreams that stuff is made on. This is your building. This is your building to fulfill your dreams and your aspirations and to watch you soar higher and farther than you ever thought you could. I cannot wait to cut the ribbon with Joyce, because way back in the day, Joyce might remember, I sat with the board and parents, and Joyce was a parent here. And I said, you know what's so great about being an artist is that somebody comes along and says, you know, this little spot, this little piece of wall belongs to you, and it's yours to do whatever you want with as an artist. And I said, do you know how wonderful that makes an artist feel? Joyce, thank you for dreaming along with me. Thank you for believing and giving an artist a spot to dream and to put their art into practice was important. And I thank you very much for it. And I thank you all, and my friend Joyce and I are gonna get to cut the ribbon together, and we are so excited, and I can't wait to show it to you. Thank you very much.
Okay, one little bit of organizational business, as Marini said. So once we break from this, if our dignitaries can go around the back, because you can't walk through the ribbon, go around the back and we'll line up here for the photo with Joyce and Marini up front with the large oversized novelty scissors that actually work. So while I've got the floor, I also need to thank my assistant Grace Lyle for all her work behind the scenes to make this happen, including getting the large novelty scissors. All right, so I know we all want to see this facility.
Okay, those of you that are here, let me explain a couple really groovy things that are in this space. That when I mentioned the tension grid, when I said that I had asked the architects way back today for a tension grid, and they said nobody's ever asked for that before. This above you, there's a tension grid above you, above the house, and above the platform. See it right there? It's referred to as the electrician's trampoline. This above behind us right here is our cabin. When you look at the back of the PAC, you see the doors that are at ground level. We are underground, which makes it interesting. And what you do is you go up on the catwalk, and then you can access the performing arts community that both Ms. Gelb and Ms. Kay and I are familiar with, and that many of you are familiar with. So this is the people's house, the people's performance space. So if you want to kind of look around, ask questions or anything else like that, please feel free.